gentlemen, rise the national by the SIS location.
Alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting. Sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiit. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dinagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. At ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagnining. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Walang araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay ang langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pagbay mga api, ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo.
Kindly take your seat. Again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Southville International School of Colleges, our national service program for this seminar tab, leadership and service in building challenge for the Filipino youth of today. Can you look at the person to your right? Say good morning. And so at this point, give his warm welcome to all of us, Rolly and Director. Let's all give him a warm applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anne. I would like to first up congratulate Inang Mirando, six have put up. So our COMELEC Commissioner, Bulay, SISC, Dr. Bulay, with you. Of course, our residents, actually, we have invited our residents going to wonderful learning session. Our employees also will be joining us. Good morning to all our students. It is with great pride and excitement as your academic director, as I stand before you today. And I am honored to welcome you all to this gathering where we discuss a topic of utmost importance, the significance, the leadership and service. When I was in college, we didn't have the option to do CWTS. We all had to go through ROTC, and imagine every Saturday we had to do drills, rain or shine, in UP. Yeah, so we are here today to discuss a very important topic about leadership and service in nation building, the challenge for the Filipino youth of today. As we approach the up and coming elections this May 2025, it is important to recognize that you, our young voters, have a pivotal role in shaping the future of our country, your community, and our society. You are the decision makers, the torch bearers of hope, and the architects of the Philippines we all aspire to see in a bigger world. Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero, once said, "Ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan," and you are the hope of our nation. That's why you are our GEMs. In SGen, or Southhville Global Education Network, GEMs means graduates who are equipped with the 5 C's, ethical professionals, entrepreneurs, and movers of society. So you are the reason of our existence, the reason why SGen or Southville exists, because of you. Not only the hope of our nation, but also the gems of our nation. These words resonate now more than ever. You, our youth, are not only the hope of the nation, but also the heart and the spirit of our nation. Your voices, your choices, and actions will define the path we take as a country. And leadership and service are the cornerstone of nation building. They begin with every individual who dares to dream a better future and acts with integrity and purpose to realize it. As first-time voters, your responsibility extends beyond casting a ballot. And later on, I think you will be trying out the new machine that we will utilize in these up-and-coming elections. It is about understanding the issues, advocating for what is just, and holding our leaders accountable. Leadership is not limited to those in power. As a democratic country, you, our youth, and everyone, and every Filipino citizen work for the common good. Service is a call to action, a commitment to uplift others and contribute meaningfully to our communities. So today, let us embrace this challenge with courage and conviction. Let us strive to be the leaders, servants our nation needs, drawing inspiration from the values of Rizal, the love of country, selflessness, and unwavering hope. May this discussion inspire and empower you to make informed decisions and to lead lives that are not just for yourselves, but for the betterment of our country. So remember, our dear youth, our SISC students, our SGen students, the choices you make today will shape the Philippines of tomorrow. So once again, thank you to our NSCP team and GenEd team and the College of Arts and Sciences and Psychology. And we look forward to a fruitful exchange of ideas today with our esteemed speaker. Mabuhay tayong lahat at mabuhay ang ating mahal na bayan. And good morning.
Reason for existence and the hope of the future of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor also to introduce to you the person who will introduce our guest speaker, none other than our chairperson of College of Education and General Education, Ginang Marie Ann C. Miranda.
Hello. They say starting an introduction with good morning or thank you is boring, but I'll say it anyway. Good morning, everyone. Safeguarding the integrity of our elections is no small task.
And today, we have the privilege of hearing from the very person who stands as a guardian of our democracy, the COMELEC Commissioner. I witnessed an interview of the Honorable Commissioner, Attorney Ray Bulay, in 2022. It was actually a very short interview, but I was caught in awe on how he responded to the questions and addressed the issue during that time. From that moment on, I told Coach Bulay, our favorite PE and NSTP professor, let's give it to Doc Bulay this time, NSTP and PE group, that from that time on, I am already an avid fan of her eldest brother. Yes, Honorable Commissioner Attorney Ray Bulay is the eldest brother of Coach Maria Elisa E. Bulay. Little did I know that after 2 years, I will have this opportunity of introducing him to this event. Actually, Commissioner, and honestly, I was hesitant at first. I think he did not hear me, Doc Bulay. Commissioner, I was hesitant at first to do the introduction. I hope that I will be able to give justice to your remarkable achievements, sir. Coach Bu, apologies, I did not memorize. Let me read the introduction. Commissioner Ray Bulay has spent his professional life in the service of others as public servant, lawyer, and entrepreneur. The youngest Muntinlupa City Councilor from 1988 to 1998 and 2007 to 2010. He pioneered various transformational concept projects that are now part of public systems, including the LTO One-Stop Government Shop. He also formed the Philippine Councilors League. The University of the Philippines awarded him a pre-law Bachelor of Science major in statistics in 1979. He was admitted to practice law in 2002 after graduating from San Beda College of Law in 2001. His 2005 founding of Asian Hospital Charities Incorporated allowed him to provide specialized health care to impoverish patients and raise health awareness in target communities. He was nominated by then President Rodrigo Roa Duterte to the following positions. December 2016, Commissioner of the Presidential Commission on Good Government, where he served as the Commissioner in Charge and Concurrent Director. June 2022. City Prosecutor of Manila, the largest local prosecution office, which despite the COVID-19 pandemic, was named the top performing city prosecution office in the nation for 2020. November 2021, Commissioner of the Commission on Elections, COMELEC, for which he was confirmed after the shortest confirmation hearing by the Commission on Appointment for a term ending February 2, 2027. He assumed his current role as Commissioner on January 4, 2020. As COMELEC Commissioner, he had the honor of assuming as the Commissioner in charge of the following major events and initiatives: Barangay Sangguniang Kabataan Elections, Printing Committee, National COMELEC Campaign Committee, Register Anywhere Committee, and Committee on the Revision of the Omnibus Election Code. Among others, he masterminded the following historic achievements of the COMELEC. First, Register Anywhere Project, which is now a Register Anywhere program. Second, codification of the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan Elections (BSKE) guidelines. Third, submission to the Senate a complete revision of the 1985 Omnibus Election Code. And fourth, procurement of the Construction Management Consultative Services to begin construction of the first COMELEC main office building. On December 17, 2024, he led the COMELEC delegation to the 20th International Electoral Awards and Symposium in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and of the International Center Parliamentary Studies (ICPS), and received and brought home the following awards on behalf of the Commission: Electoral Commission of the Year Award, Electoral Ergonomy Award, Electoral Contract Management Award, and International Institutional Engagement Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Honorable Commissioner Attorney Ray Gulay as he shares his insights on leadership and service in nation building, the challenge for the Filipino youth of today.
Sit down. Takot lalo ako kasi nabatay niyo. Di ba mas kayo dito? Sa Zoom? No. Alam niyo yung kapatid ko, coach kahit sa bahay namin. Good morning. Dr. Rolly S. Donato, Dr. Astrid De Leon, and the one that gave me the most perfect introduction, leaving no stone left unturned, Mary Ann C. Mirando, our NSTP coordinator, who held all this together so that we will have this morning's event, Miss Malen Ibanez, and our OSA, Amado. Did I get it correctly? Thank you. Of course, I will not forget my sister, who, according to Dr. Astrid, is the most loved faculty member in Southhville. Yun lang pala, para makakuha ko ng applause. Doc Bu Lisa. We call her Tita Ba. Tita Ba. Anyway, thank you for having me this morning. I normally have a speech prepared for me by my Chief of Staff, Attorney Rebecca Supapo. But I normally breeze through it and speak my own because I know the best students this side of the world are listening to me today. And I don't want to bore you with what I was before, what I went through, but only permit me to show you little lessons, because our assignment today for our NSTP compliance, that the theme is leadership and service and nation building. The challenge to the youth of Southhville. I was told that you are first year and second year students, and this NSTP is a general course. Back in the day, we had military science, or the ROTC. There we used to march and wear uniforms and go on parades. This time, the system, the educational system, made it so that you don't march, you just listen. You pick up things, but all told, it's nation building. Everything is for nation building, everything is for the state. So let me start. Dear students, faculty members, my fellow workers in COMELEC, Director Sugar of the Education and Information Department is here. Thank you for coming. And yung kanyang mga chiwari-wariwap, assistant, super alalays. My fellow Filipinos dedicated to service and nation building. Thank you for the honor of having me as your speaker. Today's theme, leadership and service in nation building. The challenge of the Filipino youth of today. Guys, this thing resonates with me deeply as I have spent much of my career in public service. And those two words, leadership and service, they go hand in hand. Let me try to explain these words to you and how important your role is. Though they say that nation building is a collective effort, we now use the term a whole nation approach. And the youth is said to be at the heart of this mission. I say that is not true. Because today, the youth, you are not leaders of the future. You are now leaders of today. So you don't stand in the heart of nation building. You build our nation. Because nation building, as you will find out, does not demand grand gestures, positions, appointments, or posts. You can do it in the comfort of your own homes, your own communities, your own school, your own organizations. From my years in public service, I learned that leadership is commonly misunderstood as the pursuit of power or position. I say misunderstood as the pursuit of power and position. Now, once you experience it, you will realize that true leadership is about purpose, inspiration, accountability, and compassion. So it is not power, it is not a position. It is about inspiring others to work for a common goal. That's what I am trying to do now. Making difficult decisions for the greater good. And being willing to serve as an example to others, for others to follow. Yan po yung leadership. Service, on the other hand, is not just charity. or volunteerism or giving handouts or dole-outs. Service is a frame of mind. It is your commitment to put the needs of others above your own. Put the needs of others above your own. So, you should be able to make a positive impact on the lives of others. That is service. Now, if you separate the two, leadership and service should go hand in hand. Leadership without service becomes self-serving. Service without leadership lacks direction. Pag tahimik mo, when you're quiet, I am afraid. So the only problem here is, are you guys familiar with pickup lines? My problem here is I will try to deliver one in Tagalog and one in English. Because of the vast audience that I have today, knock knock. Are you Siri? Sorry, I can't hear you. Because you auto-complete me. Tagalog, Tagalog. Knock, knock. I can't hear you. Knock, knock. Kutsara. Kutsara who? Hindi na kayo tahimik. So when I first entered public service as a young counselor in the university, that is where I met your founder, Dr. Jean Tang, and Dr. Mar, who provided free building and free lease to these government offices so that they will stay there. And then I asked them, when I was first year and second year, I didn't want to listen to all this. Knock, knock. Are you Wi-Fi? I'm sorry, I do not understand what you're saying. Knock, knock. Are you Wi-Fi? Because I feel a connection. Knock, knock. Sane ka ba? Sane mancha ka ba? Kasi para kang mancha, hindi ka maalis sa puso mo. Ang haba nito, Rebecca. I was commissioner for legal, and so with some of my people here. Back then, as a lawyer, as Commissioner for Legal, I represented our country in trials and hearings abroad. So one memorable thing that happened when I was representing our country in the Southern Federal District Court of New York, and lo and behold, a lot of the things that were hidden then came out. So now, we have a chance of getting these things back to you so that the wealth can be used for education. I think they're going for a global agreement now so that these things, all of these things, won't go to waste. I'm very sorry. Let me go fast forward. The president then appointed me for the second time as city prosecutor of Manila. The city of Manila had 178 prosecutors. Do you know what prosecutors are? No? And what's the vernacular for prosecutor? They're lawyers, yes. But what are they commonly called in Spanish? But you're correct. That's lawyers. We are called fiscals. That's the equivalent in the states of some regions. They call DAs or district attorneys. You see the movies, you see TV shows, DAs. I had back then 178 of them, meaning the city of Manila handles 500 cases of inquest a day. And then regularly file cases of the same quantity. It all happened during the pandemic because my appointment was in December of 2020. And back then, it was very hard because you need to try these cases, talk to these people, and don't get sick. Manila then, you were alive then already. You were here already. Manila then was the hotbed of COVID-19 in 2020. But you know what? I'd like to claim leadership and service because legal services in this country, I hope some of you become lawyers. It's very hard to find. Although alam ko yung flagship nyo is nursing, and you have 100% passing percentage. Alam ka naman natin. Oh, yeah, diba? That's true. Sa legal profession, ang kalaban ng Sanbeda, isa na mo nag-graduate, ay Ateneo and UP. We used to fight about passing percentage from how many of your candidates pass the bar. So normally sa Sanbeda, because to get to third and fourth year in Sanbeda. More so pass the bar because the bet there is at least two will not be lucky enough to make it. So we have 98%. I told you this because I was a miracle patient of Asian Hospital. Di ba binanggit ni Ma'am Mirando? She mentioned Asian Hospital Charities. I was a miracle patient. When I graduated from, I was so sick that I was not able to take the review for the bar exams. If you're familiar with pancreatitis, because most of you will become nurses after graduation, and I was the second longest staying patient in Asian Hospital, long enough for them to name me the 2 big columns in Asian Hospital as donated by Attorney Ray Bulay. So, I took the bar exams without review, with a Christmas tree for IV. IV is the thing that hangs there, containing all the pain relievers and what have you. So I took the bar exam. And you know what? This is a good lesson. It's actually stock knowledge. Back then, San Beda had a board. They will be the one to petition the Supreme Court to allow their candidates to take the bar. One of the members back then was Teresa Gisa, a former senator and a good lawyer. So, since I was not able to take the review, they didn't want me to take the bar because I might pull down the passing percentage. Now, if you're familiar with San Beda, Alabang, the former dean of the College of Law, Dean Hara, was a former professor of mine in 4 subjects, law subjects, and he was the only one who spoke for me so that the board will allow me to take the bar. So when the bar results came out, he only looked for my name and then he went home already. Knowing that if somebody did not take the review, San Beda will get the highest passing percentage. And that we did. And Lord Almighty really wanted me to become a lawyer. Tell this story to you. Somehow. Knock, knock! Are you a charger? Because I'm dying without. Knock, knock! EDSA ka ba? Hindi ako makamubon. Now, as commissioner of the COMELEC, something which I will tell you in secrecy among us girls. This appointment I rejected twice because I wanted to retire in 2023 already. I didn't want to work anymore. But I was prevailed upon by President Duterte. I wanted to go down, the same that they will go down because their term will end. But I was prevailed upon. And you know what? Have you heard of the Commission on Appointments? There are positions in government which require you to pass through the Commission on Appointments. And the Commission on Appointments is composed of 18 senators and 18 congressmen that will question you para bar exam. So I went there and faced them. I chose, just to show you that I did not want this appointment. Because when you're being appointed, the president gives you a nomination. A nomination that comes in 2 forms. One is certificate of nomination. Before you can sit or assume the position, before I can sit as commissioner, I have to pass through the commission on appointments. That's called a certificate of nomination. Now the second one is direct assumption of office. Ano nga tawag doon, Becca? Ad interim appointment. That appointment, you sit at once. So when they question you about your job at the commission on appointments, you have something to say. But because I didn't want this appointment, I chose certificate of nomination, which means I can still retire my post as city prosecutor of Manila should I not pass the commission on appointments. And back then, you can see in YouTube, because it's there, it's recorded. The entire thing is recorded. I was the only one on deck by the 18 senators and the 18 congressmen to answer all their questions, which started at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. When 12:30 came, they ended the question and answer, and all the senators were there present. I thought that was that I have escaped because I answered them truthfully. I said, rather than tell you about me, can I instead manage your expectations? Like, how much will you allow a candidate to allot money for a voter legally? Because vintage 1985, the Omnibus Election Code, written by then President Marcos himself, provided 1 peso and 50 cents per voter. Now you multiply that to, I think back then, now we have 78 million voters. I know because I chair the committee on printing, and I should be able to print all 78 million by April. Otherwise, we will have no election. And mind you, this is the super election year because after that, we also have the BARM. I think you don't know what BARM is. Do you know what BARM is? Wow, good thing you know. That's an improvement, my friend. Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of what? Of Mabini, Manila, Ermita? Or Muslim Mindanao? Muslim Mindanao. They will have their elections. Why? Because they want to be independent of the national government. They want their sovereignty. So I will also be printing ballots for them. And come December, that's why it's a super election year, we will have your elections, the barangay and SK elections. So I will also be printing ballots for the barangay, which is normally almost the same volume. So basically, when they ask me, how much do you recommend should a voter be paid by the candidate legally? In 1991, the Fair Elections Code came out. They increased the amount to 3 pesos and 5 pesos per voter if you belong to a party. Multiply it by 73 million, that's the budget of the president. If he goes beyond it, he gets indicted for overspending. So, can I ask you, if you were asked, how much would you allow, legally allow a candidate to use an amount for the election? 2 pesos. May I ask why? Okay. Why not 500 pesos per voter? Why not 500 pesos per voter? Why not 1,000 pesos per voter? Because, yes please, thank you.
Isn't that just bribery po?
Okay, what else?
And corruption?
Okay,
Yeah.
how about to provide, conduct fair elections? Meaning, a poor candidate and a rich one should have equal level playing field. So, a poor candidate cannot afford to pay 500 bucks per head, right? So you make it equal. But then, do you believe in reality that that is true? Or this is just lip service I'm telling you? Come on, guys. The reality is politics is for those who have money. Isn't that what you see? Or only a few na nakakakita because isn't that what you see? Go ahead, please, sir. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You have to use the... You saw me with President Bongbong Marcos.
Yes, in the projection.
Oh, here. Oh, yes. We were trying to pick the automated counting machine that we will use for the NLD. So anyway, programs like the awards were mentioned by Ma'am Mirando earlier that last month, we won over 250 countries for international awards. I led the delegation there, and I'm proud to say that the best award we got over 250 countries was the Electoral Commission of the Year award. Meaning, your commission, your ANBAM stood up to the test and took up the challenge and delivered. What did you deliver? I bet you if you ask Google, which country spouses automated elections? Which country has the first automated elections back in 2010? It will tell you it's our country. The next thing, malakot naman. Second to that, is napabot nga ng tubig. Second to that is the question, why do you, or are you even aware that we make our overseas workers vote? Are you aware? Oh, that's very good. Because would you believe that all these countries, all these 250 countries, do not allow their compatriots overseas to vote? If you ask Google, they will tell you we're the only country that makes no effort to vote. But the question is, why? You know, I like you because there's no Filipino. Is that what? Why do you, because this question was asked of us, I think, in Bangkok. Why do you make your overseas workers vote? Because they know we're a third world country, we're poor compared to them, compared to the lot of them. You know what? This poor country uses their technology to have those amenities in this country, which they do not. That's the difference. Why do you, again the question is asked, why do you ask your OFWs to vote? I have 500 pesos for the correct answer. So, you know, my answer was, being a third world country, dollars remitted by our OFWs help our economy very much, to the tune of 1/3 of our total budget. Yun yung dollars remitted by these unsung heroes. And during the time of PRRD, this administration recognized it. So what we did was, we took care of their families here. So that when they come back home, they have everything, they have all the help they need in return for the dollars remitted. Very studies. Yun sa ko na yun. And you know what? These super elections here, your kamag-anak or your friends over there, where they are, in all these posts, all over, will be voting in the comfort of their comfort rooms. They don't even have to go to the respective posts or embassies to vote, to cast their vote. They can do that because of this new facility that we did for them, using their cellular phone, their laptops, their tablets, anywhere they are, as long as there is knock-knock Wi-Fi. That award is called the Electoral Ergonomy Award. One of the 4 awards sa system ng elections sa Philippines